Welcome to Daily Saints channel, where we follow the traditional Latin Mass calendar of saints. Meet the man whose words were so powerful, they called him the Golden Mouth. Let us back up and go to the place where it all started. In Antioch, John was born about 347 AD. He was raised by his widowed mother, Anthusa, who gave him the best education the Roman world could offer. As he got older, John didn't want the spotlight. He spent 6 years as a monk in the mountains, living in a cave and memorizing the Bible. He pushed himself so hard, barely sleeping or eating, that he ruined his health and had to return to the city. That failure was actually a blessing because it forced him back into the pulpit where his voice could finally be heard. Once he started preaching, people were hooked. He didn't just talk about abstract theology. He talked about money, justice, and the poor. He made the Bible pop because he made it practical.
It is possible to offer fervent prayer even while walking in public or even standing in your kitchen, while you are frying fish. Therefore, pray while you're cooking.
In the 4th century, people thought you could only pray in church. John told them God was in the kitchen with them.
Kindness is more powerful than any force. A kind word can melt a frozen heart, and a gentle tongue can break a bone.
It's a poetic way of saying that you don't need to be a soldier or an emperor to change the world. You just need a golden mouth of your own.
The Holy Scriptures are a treasure house of medicines. No matter what your sickness of soul, the Bible has the cure.
He treated the Bible like a pharmacy. Instead of a dusty old book, he framed it as a medicine cabinet for stress, grief, and anger. In 397 AD, he became the Archbishop of Constantinople, the New Rome. Now, here's the crazy part. While John was preaching in Antioch, he wasn't alone in changing the world. To the west, in Africa, St. Augustine was writing his famous Confessions. In the south, in Bethlehem, St. Jerome was quiet over a desk translating the entire Bible into Latin. And St. Ambrose, the Bishop of Milan. Like John, Ambrose was famous for standing up to emperors. Although they all lived about the same time, they never met each other. Travel was too slow and the empire was too big. But these 4 men were like a spiritual dream team, working in different time zones to build the foundation of the church. The Empress Eudoxia ruled Constantinople with an iron fist. She loved luxury, while John preached that the wealthy should give their excess to the poor. John's downfall wasn't a barbarian invasion, it was a silver statue. Things boiled over when Eudoxia erected a massive solid silver statue of herself right outside John's cathedral. The dedication ceremony was so loud and rowdy it interrupted John's church services. John was furious. He walked into the pulpit and allegedly started his sermon with,
"Again Herodias raves. Again she dances. Again she demands the head of John on a platter."
That was the final straw. Eudoxia used her power to have John banished to the edge of the empire. He died in exile, marching through the heat. But here's the kicker. Eudoxia died just a few years later, and today, John is remembered as one of the greatest doctors of the church, while her silver statue is long gone. 30 years later, her son was Emperor Theodosius II. He was already a Christian, as the empire was officially Christian by then, but he felt a massive weight of generational guilt for what his parents, Eudoxia and Arcadius, had done to John. John's followers never stopped asking for his body. The emperor agreed to bring him home. When the coffin arrived at the city, the emperor didn't just stand there. He laid his face upon the coffin and begged John for forgiveness on behalf of his parents. He was buried in the Church of the Holy Apostles, the same place where the emperors themselves were buried, effectively giving him the ultimate victory over Eudoxia's attempt to erase him.